Martha Mansfield, born Martha Ehrlich on July 14, 1899, was a rising star of the silent film era and a captivating performer on the vaudeville stage. Her life was marked by talent, ambition, and a touch of mystery that added to her allure. Though her career was tragically cut short, her journey from a modest upbringing to the bright lights of the entertainment world continues to fascinate. Martha was born in New York City to Maurice and Harriet Gibson Ehrlich. Despite many biographies incorrectly claiming Mansfield, Ohio, as her birthplace, official records, including her birth certificate and death certificate, confirm her New York roots. However, there is a strong connection to Mansfield, Ohio, through her mother Harriet, who had emigrated from Ireland to Mansfield in 1885. Martha eventually adopted the name Mansfield as her stage name, possibly as a tribute to her mother's history, or simply to create a more memorable persona in the competitive entertainment industry. Martha grew up with her younger sister Edith, who was born in 1905. By the early 1910s, Martha and her family had settled in the Bronx, living on 158th Street. This move marked the beginning of Martha's journey towards stardom. Her proximity to the bustling heart of New York City exposed her to the vibrant world of theater and film, planting the seeds of her eventual rise in the performing arts. As a young girl, Martha displayed a natural talent for performance, captivating those around her with her charm and determination. Her transformation from Martha Ehrlich, the Bronx resident, to Martha Mansfield, the celebrated actress, was not just a change of name, but a reinvention of identity that showcased her commitment to making her mark in show business. At the age of 14, she became determined to become an actress. Martha Mansfield's big break came in 1912 when, at just 14 years old, she landed a role in the Broadway production of Little Women. This opportunity marked the start of an exciting career that spanned multiple creative fields. Around the same time, she began working as a dancer and an artist model, posing for renowned illustrator Harrison Fisher, whose idealized depictions of women frequently graced magazine covers. Her beauty and poise made her a sought-after subject, while her determination to make it in the performing arts kept her momentum going. By 1913, she was showcasing her dancing talents in the musical Hop o' My Thumb, and throughout her teenage years, she appeared in various stage productions, including The Passing Show of 1915, a popular musical revue staged at the prestigious Winter Garden Theater. These experiences cemented her versatility as a performer, paving the way for her transition to the burgeoning film industry. In 1917, Mansfield signed a 6-month contract with Essanay Studios, working under the stage name Martha Early. During her time there, she appeared in 3 short films alongside silent film star Max Linder. At the time, Linder was one of the most celebrated figures in cinema, credited with creating one of the first recurring characters in film and possessing pantomime skills rivaling those of Charlie Chaplin and Buster Keaton. Despite their shared talent, working together came with its own challenges. Mansfield spoke no French, while Linder knew little English, leading to a series of comedic miscommunications. Reflecting on the experience, Mansfield once quipped, "It really was lots of fun. We had many a picnic out of it, and much exasperation." Their time together was a blend of frustration and laughter, a testament to Mansfield's ability to adapt and thrive in any situation. Martha Mansfield's rise in the entertainment world took a dazzling turn when she joined the Ziegfeld Follies, the iconic musical revue celebrated for its extravagant productions and its chorus of stunning, talented performers. This opportunity not only showcased Martha's beauty and charm, but also connected her with one of the most influential photographers of the Jazz Age, Alfred Cheney Johnston. At the time, Johnston had recently been hired by Florian Ziegfeld, the mastermind behind the Follies. Johnston's artistic vision and knack for capturing the essence of glamour quickly elevated him to legendary status. Known as an arbiter of female beauty, he became one of the most sought-after photographers of his time, charging as much as $1,400 for a set of a dozen prints, equivalent to nearly $40,000 today. His lens immortalized the era's most celebrated women, including future stars like Barbara Stanwyck and socialites like Zelda Fitzgerald. Johnston's photographs of Martha Mansfield, often taken in his elegant hotel-turned-studio, are some of the most enduring images of her career. While many of Johnston's subjects pose semi-nude or in provocative attire to emphasize their allure, Martha's portraits exude a timeless elegance, blending sophistication with the boldness that defined the Jazz Age. These images not only captured Martha's radiance, but also played a pivotal role in cementing her status as an icon of beauty and talent. Thanks to Johnston's artistry, many of the surviving photographs of Martha Mansfield have become treasured artifacts of both her legacy and the cultural vibrancy of the 1920s. Martha Mansfield's career was driven by her desire to be more than just a face in front of the camera. Reflecting on her brief stint as a model, she once remarked, "I tired of this within a year's time. It was so inactive and did not call for the use of one's facilities. I wanted to be more than a mere doll." Her ambitions led her to the stage and eventually to the screen, where she could fully explore her talent and creativity. After her time with the Ziegfeld Follies ended, Martha made her feature film debut in 1918's Broadway Bill, starring opposite matinee idol Harold Lockwood. Tragically, Lockwood succumbed to the Spanish influenza epidemic shortly after the film's premiere, casting a shadow over what should have been a triumphant start to Martha's screen career. Undeterred, she continued to build her resume, appearing in films produced by famous players Lasky and performing in the prestigious Midnight Frolic, another of Florian Ziegfeld's celebrated productions. By late 1919, Martha made the bold decision to relocate to California, fully committing to a film career in Hollywood. Her first role on the West Coast was in Civilian Clothes, a comedy adaptation of the 1919 Broadway play. The production even took her to Cuba for filming, where she experienced firsthand the gritty realities often romanticized on screen. Working in mud-filled trenches, she reportedly said, "If this is the sort of life the soldier boys had to live through during the war, then God bless them for coming out of it." Martha's breakthrough came the following year with Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, a silent horror film adaptation of Robert Louis Stevenson's classic novella. Cast as Millicent Carew, the love interest of Dr. Henry Jekyll, Martha delivered a compelling performance in a role originally offered to Tallulah Bankhead. The film's leading man, John Barrymore, captivated audiences with his masterful portrayal of the Doctor's dual personalities. Critics lauded his performance, with the Washington Post calling it a masterpiece. Barrymore's striking transformation was so impactful that the U.S. Navy used stills of him in their recruitment posters. While Barrymore received the lion's share of acclaim, Martha's role in the film significantly raised her profile in Hollywood. The success of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde led to a contract with Selznick Pictures, where Louis J. Selznick had plans to groom her as an understudy to Olive Thomas, one of the studio's brightest stars. Tragically, Thomas's sudden death just months later cast an eerie pall over the arrangement, but it also presented an opportunity for Martha to step into the spotlight. Like Olive Thomas, Martha Mansfield had dark hair and soft, childlike features that radiated charm and innocence. In 1919, she appeared as Mavis Morgan in the silent drama The Perfect Lover, starring opposite Eugene O'Brien. While the film showcased her screen presence, her journey with Selznick Pictures was far from smooth. Despite initial hopes of grooming her for stardom, the studio eventually lost faith in molding her into their next big star. Martha found herself loaned out to other studios and freelancing long before her contract officially expired, a stark reminder of Hollywood's fickle nature. By 1921, Martha shifted her focus back to the stage, embarking on a vaudeville tour, a decision that puzzled some, given the trajectory of many performers at the time. Vaudeville, which had dominated American entertainment from the 1880s through the 1920s, was a vibrant and eclectic form of live performance. A typical show featured a mix of comedians, singers, acrobats, jugglers, and other acts designed to captivate audiences, often with a dozen or more acts crammed into one program. Success in vaudeville required quick wit, sharp timing, and a magnetic stage presence. For many entertainers, vaudeville served as a training ground, offering countless opportunities to hone their craft in front of ever-changing audiences. Stars like Charlie Chaplin and Buster Keaton began in this dynamic world, repeating and refining their acts until they perfected the charisma and skill that would later light up the silver screen. Performers were constantly learning, adapting, and elevating their art, a process that gave them the polish needed to transition into the burgeoning film industry. Martha's decision to join a vaudeville tour at this point in her career remains intriguing. Unlike many of her contemporaries who saw vaudeville as a stepping stone to film, she had already made her mark in Hollywood. Perhaps the fast-paced energy of vaudeville, its intimate connection with live audiences, or the opportunity to refine her stage presence drew her back to the theater. Perhaps Martha Mansfield's return to vaudeville was driven by a desire to showcase her comedic talents or connect with a broader audience. Maybe she simply missed the energy of the stage. Whatever the reason, Martha approached her work with unwavering passion, once telling a reporter, "I believe in throwing my heart and soul into everything. There's no success in any line of work without spontaneous enthusiasm. It's the whole secret." In 1922, Martha starred in Queen of the Moulin Rouge, portraying a young woman manipulated into dancing at the infamous Paris nightclub to fund her beau's violin lessons. That same year, she appeared in the melodrama Till We Meet Again, alongside celebrated silent film actresses Julia Swain Gordon and Mae Marsh. These performances demonstrated her versatility, tackling everything from drama to romance. After another season on the vaudeville circuit, Martha signed a long-term contract with Fox Film Corporation, a move that promised to solidify her place among Hollywood's elite. Her first project with Fox was The Silent Command, a thrilling espionage drama where she shared the screen with Bela Lugosi, who was still years away from his iconic turn as Count Dracula. In 1923, she expanded her repertoire further with roles in the comedy Potash and Perlmutter and the mystery The Leavenworth Case, proving her ability to shine in a variety of genres. By the fall of 1923, Martha had appeared in over 20 silent films, showcasing not just her talent, but an extraordinary work ethic. At only 23 years old, she seemed poised for a long and illustrious career in Hollywood. Her first project with Fox was The Silent Command, a thrilling espionage drama where she shared the screen with Bela Lugosi, who was still years away from his iconic turn as Count Dracula. In 1923, she expanded her repertoire further with roles in the comedy Potash and Perlmutter and the mystery The Leavenworth Case, proving her ability to shine in a variety of genres. By the fall of 1923, Martha had appeared in over 20 silent films, showcasing not just her talent but an extraordinary work ethic. At only 23 years old, she seemed poised for a long and illustrious career in Hollywood. That November, however, everything changed. Martha was on location in San Antonio, Texas, filming The Warrens of Virginia, a Civil War drama centered on childhood sweethearts torn apart by the conflict. Martha played Agatha Warren, the daughter of a Confederate general and the love interest of a Union lieutenant, portrayed by Wilfrid Littell. Her costume, a period-accurate gown featuring hoop skirts and layers of delicate ruffles, was as stunning as it was dangerous. On Thanksgiving Day, the cast was filming an atmospheric battlefield sequence at Brackenridge Park. After completing her scenes, Martha climbed into a nearby car to rest. A discarded match ignited her elaborate costume, a fragile ensemble of hoop skirts and delicate ruffles, turning the outfit into a deadly inferno. Amid the chaos, her leading man, Wilfrid Littell, heroically leapt into action. Without hesitation, he threw his heavy overcoat over Mansfield, shielding her neck and face from the flames and likely saving her life in the immediate moment. The chauffeur of her car also sustained serious burns to his hands while desperately trying to extinguish the fire and remove the flaming dress. Despite their courageous efforts, the flames had already caused devastating damage. Mansfield was rushed to a nearby hospital, but her injuries were severe. She suffered extensive burns to much of her body, leading to complications. The next day, on November 30th, 1923, she succumbed to her injuries. The cause of death was officially listed as burns of all extremities, general toxemia, and suppression of urine. Her untimely death sent shockwaves through Hollywood, devastating her family, friends, and fans alike. Mansfield's body was transported back to her hometown of New York City, accompanied by actor Philip Shorey. She was laid to rest in Woodlawn Cemetery in the Bronx, a solemn conclusion to a life and career that had shone so brightly. The exact cause of the fire remains a mystery. Some witnesses claim to have seen a match fly through the car window just before the flames erupted, suggesting an act of carelessness, or perhaps even malice. Another theory speculated that Mansfield, feeling anxious after a long day on set, might have lit a cigarette inside the car and accidentally dropped the match or cigarette onto her costume. However, her mother, Harriet Ehrlich, vehemently rejected this idea, insisting that her daughter never smoked because it made her uncomfortable. This devastating incident not only ended the life of a talented actress, but also left behind lingering questions and a legacy tinged with sorrow. Martha Mansfield's tragic death serves as a stark reminder of the dangers actors faced in the early days of filmmaking, particularly when elaborate costumes and rudimentary safety measures were involved. Her memory lives on as a testament to the talent and potential she displayed in her brief but remarkable career. The release of The Warrens of Virginia in late 1924 carried a somber weight. Following Martha Mansfield's tragic death, her role in the film was significantly reduced during editing, with Rosemary Hill taking over as the primary female lead. The film, which had once held the promise of showcasing Mansfield's burgeoning talent, became a quiet tribute to the actress whose life was cut short far too soon. In the wake of her passing, Mansfield's estate was valued at $2,473, equivalent to approximately $44,224 in today's dollars. While modest by today's standards, Mansfield's planning ensured her mother, Harriet Ehrlich, was well cared for. She left behind $22,000 in Liberty bonds, a substantial sum worth roughly $393,422 in 2023. Additionally, she bequeathed her mother 2 life insurance policies, each valued at $25,000, equivalent to nearly $447,070 each in today's money. Less than 20% of feature films from the 1920s survive in their entirety, and for American films produced before 1950, nearly half have vanished forever. These lost treasures of cinema were often victims of fire, chemical deterioration, or simple neglect. During the early days of Hollywood, it was common practice to discard film reels after their theatrical runs were complete, leaving countless works to fade into oblivion. Among them are the films of Martha Mansfield, along with the creative efforts of thousands of actors, directors, and producers whose legacies are now reduced to fragments or lost entirely. The impact of this loss is immeasurable. David Pierce, a historian and archivist who led a comprehensive study for the Library of Congress, described these vanished works as a lost style of storytelling. He emphasized their unique appeal, saying, "The best of these films are as effective with audiences today as they were when they were initially released. Taking away dialogue places a tremendous challenge on the creative people involved to tell the story entirely visually. It's that limitation, I think, which makes these films so effective." Martha Mansfield's films, now considered lost, encapsulate the silent film era's brilliance and the fragility of its preservation. While her work on screen may no longer exist, her story endures as a poignant reminder of the ephemeral nature of early Hollywood and the immense talent it nurtured and sometimes consumed. Her life, cut tragically short, stands as a testament to both the magic and the darker realities of the golden age of cinema. Though her films may never be seen again, Martha Mansfield's journey continues to captivate, offering a glimpse into a bygone era where innovation, ambition, and artistry shaped the foundations of modern storytelling. Martha Mansfield's story is a poignant reminder of the fragility of life and the high price some paid to bring entertainment to the screen during Hollywood's early years. Though much of her work is lost to history, her legacy endures as a testament to the talent and ambition that defined the silent film era. If this story moved you, please give it a like, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to our channel for more stories from Hollywood's golden age. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.